You ever notice when you're in bed with a guy and he suddenly pulls you in closer, grinding deeper, pushing himself right to the edge inside you? Moment isn't just random movement. That's not just sex. That's his body giving away a part of his truth. Because when a man pushes deeper, it's not only about pleasure, it's about everything he wants you to feel, his desire, his hunger, his craving for closeness, his need to be inside your world as much as he is inside your body. And women often miss what's really going on in those moments because it just feels like passion, like heat. But if you pay attention, that one move can tell you exactly how he feels about you. Let me break it down. See, when he pushes deeper, it's his way of saying, I don't want distance between us. Think about it. On the surface, it looks like he's chasing more friction, more sensation, but beneath that, it's about closeness. Men don't always know how to express that in words, so it comes out in the rawest way they can through their body. The deeper thrust isn't just him trying to hit a spot, it's him subconsciously saying, I need to be closer to you than I am right now. And if you understand that, you stop seeing sex as just physical and you start seeing it as the emotional communication that it really is. Point number one, when he digs in deeper, he's testing connection. He's feeling if you're with him in that exact moment. It's like when you hug someone and squeeze tighter, they can feel how much of you is really there. Sex is no different. That push is his way of asking, are you just here physically, or are you all in with me right now? And here's the kicker: when you respond, whether with a sound, a movement of your hips, or a look in your eyes, you're telling him if you're meeting him in that desire. That's why the guys who really care about you, they're paying attention to your reaction. They don't just want to go deeper. They want to know that you felt it too. Now, point two, that move often comes when he's trying to claim his presence in your world. I know that sounds intense, but it's true. When he's really inside the moment, he wants to leave no doubt that you'll remember him. That push deeper is him saying, I want you to feel me even after I'm gone. Men don't admit this out loud because it sounds vulnerable. But sex isn't just about finishing, it's about leaving an imprint. And the deeper thrust, that's his way of making sure the memory sticks. If you've ever laid in bed hours later and still felt the echo of his touch, that was his intention. He wanted that memory planted in you. Point three, deeper is about surrender and loss of control. In those moments, he's not thinking straight. His brain shuts down, his body takes over, and instinct drives him. That pushes the rawest form of honesty you'll ever get from him. Men spend their lives trying to be composed, controlled, strong. But in that moment with you, he's not holding back. He's not editing. He's not performing. He's giving you his unfiltered truth. And if you tune into that, you'll know exactly how he feels about you without him needing to say a single word. But here's the thing, don't confuse deeper with rougher. A guy can go rough without caring about you. But when he goes deeper with intent, when he slows it down just enough to feel every inch of you, that's when it's about closeness, not just performance. And women who learn to feel the difference never mistake sex for love, but they also know when love is showing up through sex. Point four, when he goes deeper, sometimes he's chasing your reaction more than his own. Men are obsessed with being the reason you lose control. They want to know that they made you moan, that they made your body arch, that they are the ones who unlocked that sound, that breath, that little tremble you tried to hide. And so the deeper thrust becomes his way of testing. Did I reach her? Did I hit her heart, not just her body? If you want to drive a man crazy, don't hold back your response in those moments. Let him know he reached you, because that's the confirmation he's unconsciously looking for. And then point five, that move is his silent way of saying he doesn't just want sex. He wants you. He could have that push with anyone, but when he does it with you, it carries meaning if he's emotionally invested. Men who don't care treat sex like a workout, in and out, done. But the man who cares will find himself going deeper, holding it there, breathing into you, almost as if he doesn't want to leave. That's not random. That's him letting the walls drop, showing you that in that moment, he's completely lost in you. So what do you do with this knowledge? You don't just lie there and hope he gets it. You meet him in it. You respond. You touch him back, pull him closer, look at him in the eyes when he does it. Because when he feels that you recognize the meaning of his deeper push, it creates an intimacy loop that keeps him craving you, not just your body, but the connection he feels when he's with you. Now let's go even further, because I don't want you to just understand this on the surface. I want you to feel the truth behind it. So the next time it happens, You know exactly what's being communicated without a single word spoken. When he pulls you closer and grinds himself deeper inside you, you're not just experiencing a move, you're experiencing his psychology in action. You're witnessing how his desire, his ego, his vulnerability, and his love all collide in a single thrust. That's why if you misread it, you miss one of the most honest conversations he's ever having with you. Here's something women don't always realize. Men often struggle to articulate their emotions in daily life. We've been conditioned to downplay our needs, to stay in control, to avoid looking weak. So where do those emotions go? They come out in bed. They come out in the way we touch you, the way we pull you closer, the way we bury ourselves into you like we can't get enough. That moment where he goes deeper is his emotional language. And when you begin to read it, it's like discovering a secret code that tells you how he really feels. Let me break down more of what's happening under the surface when a man does this. One reason he pushes deeper is because he wants to merge, to erase any barrier between you. Think about it. Outside the bedroom, life is full of walls. Men keep walls up at work, around friends, even sometimes around family. But when he's inside you and he pushes deeper, that wall drops. That's him saying, I don't want there to be a line where you end and I begin. It's not about dominance, it's about closeness. He doesn't just want to touch your skin, he wants to touch your soul. And if you've ever felt that wave of intensity, that's why your body remembers it long after. It's not just physical friction, it's emotional fusion. Another layer here, deeper, is also about reassurance. Men crave the feeling of being accepted. We want to know we're wanted, that we're not just another body in your bed. And when we're inside you and we push deeper, part of us is asking, am I enough? Do you feel me? Do I matter right now? That's why your response is everything. If you go still, silent, detached, he interprets that as rejection, even if you didn't mean it that way. But if you arch into him, sigh, moan, grab his back, meet his energy, that's you answering yes to his unspoken question. That's you telling him, you're not just in my body, you're in my heart. And when you do that, you don't just turn him on, you bond him to you in a way he can't forget. Here's another truth. Sometimes that push deeper isn't about closeness, it's about testing limits. Men are explorers. We're wired to push boundaries, to see how far we can go. And sex is no exception. That thrust is him testing how much of him you can take, not just physically, but emotionally. He wants to see if you'll let him all the way in. And when you don't resist, when you actually lean into it, when you invite more, it reassures him that you're just as invested as he is. It's like telling him, I trust you to go there with me. And that trust, that's what turns sex into something unforgettable. Because when a man feels trusted, he doesn't just crave your body, he starts craving your soul. But let's flip it, because I want you to understand both sides. Sometimes a man will push deeper, not because he's in love, but because he's chasing ego. He wants to prove something to himself, to you, maybe even to the ghosts of rejection from his past. In that case, the deeper push is less about closeness and more about performance. It's him saying, look how much I can give you. Look how much you can take. And if you pay attention, you can feel the difference. When it's about ego, it feels fast, frantic, almost disconnected. When it's about love, it feels deliberate, intense, connected. The rhythm slows down, the eye contact lingers, the breathing sinks. That's when you know it's about intimacy, not insecurity. And here's where you, as the woman, have power. Your body becomes the mirror that shows him which version of himself he's bringing. If he's chasing ego and you don't give him the validation he's expecting, he'll either adjust or reveal that he's not there for you, only for himself. But if he's pushing deeper out of love, out of craving connection, and you meet him in that moment, you amplify it, you make him feel like he's been truly seen, truly felt. And that is addictive. That's what makes him crave you beyond sex, because very few women know how to give that kind of recognition in bed. Now, let me go deeper into the psychology of male craving. Men aren't just turned on by the physical tightness of being inside you. What really messes with our head in the best way is when we feel your body responding. That little gasp, that arch, that squeeze, that subtle movement you make without thinking, that's what makes us lose control. And when we push deeper, it's often to draw more of that out of you. We're chasing your reaction like oxygen. It validates us, it excites us, it makes us feel powerful and vulnerable at the same time. If you ever wonder why he suddenly slows down and goes deeper, it's usually because he's trying to prolong that feedback loop, to savor the moment where you can't hide how much you want him. And listen closely, because this part is crucial. When he pushes deeper, he's not just inside your body, he's inside your mind. He's trying to live rent-free in your thoughts long after the sheets cool down. That's why guys who care will often hold that moment, grind instead of pump, stay pressed against you as if they never want to leave. It's not just physical, it's psychological. He wants you to remember him the next morning, in the shower, in the middle of your day, when you close your eyes at night. That deeper push is him writing his name in your memory without using a pen. And here's something else. When he does it right, that move isn't about him taking from you. It's about him giving you all of him. Men don't always feel safe giving their all in life. But in sex, when the connection is real, that push deeper is the moment he stops holding back. That's him saying, here I am, all of me. And that's why it feels different with the man who loves you. Because you don't just feel his body, you feel his devotion, his surrender, his need for you. So let me leave you with this for now. The next time he pushes deeper, don't just feel the friction, feel the message, feel what he's saying without words. Is it closeness? Is it ego? Is it vulnerability? Is it craving? If you learn to read it, you'll never again mistake a random hookup for love, or miss the moment when real love is showing up through sex. Because in those thrusts, in that closeness, a man is telling you everything he's too scared to say out loud. Here's the real truth, and I want you to let this sink in. When he pushes himself deeper inside you, you're not just experiencing sex, you're experiencing his soul trying to break free of the walls he keeps up everywhere else in life. That deeper grind moment when he buries himself like he never wants to leave is the closest some men ever get to saying, I need you, I crave you, I want all of you, and I want you to have all of me. That's why you can never underestimate what it means. It's not just thrusting, it's communication. It's a message written in the language of touch. And if you learn how to read it, you'll never look at intimacy the same way again. But here's the thing most people get wrong. They assume all deeper thrusts mean the same thing. They don't. Just like words, context matters. Tone matters. Intent matters. The same way a guy can say, I love you, and mean it, or say, I love you, and not mean it at all. He can push deeper with love or push deeper with ego. Your job is to learn how to feel the difference. And once you do, you gain the power to respond in a way that either deepens the connection or reveals the truth of what he's really there for. Let's go through this with clarity. First, when a man pushes deeper because he's craving closeness, you'll feel it in the way his whole body moves. It won't just be about speed. It'll be about connection. He'll lock eyes. He'll hold you. He'll press his chest against yours like he's trying to merge with you. That's not performance. That's vulnerability. That's a man saying, right now, I need you to feel how much I want you. And if you respond by meeting his gaze, by moving your hips in sync, by letting your sounds tell him he's reached you, you create a loop of intimacy that bonds him to you stronger than words ever could. Second, when a man pushes deeper because he's testing limits, you'll feel it in the way he watches you. He'll look to see how far you'll let him in. He'll want to know if you can take all of him, not just his size, but his intensity, his passion, his rawness. In that moment, he's asking for your trust. And if you meet him there, if you welcome it, if you show him you're not scared of all of him, you give him something he rarely gets in life. Permission to be fully himself without restraint. That is addictive for a man. That's the kind of experience that makes him crave you again and again, because it's rare to find someone who can handle all of you and still say, give me more. Third, when a man pushes deeper because he's chasing ego, you'll feel a disconnect. It'll feel fast, almost aggressive, like he's trying to prove something rather than share something. His focus won't be on your reaction, it'll be on his performance. And while that can feel hot in the moment, it doesn't feed intimacy. It doesn't create closeness. It just creates a temporary high. And if you don't recognize that, you might mistake it for love when it's really just lust mixed with insecurity. The difference. When it's ego, you'll feel like he's taking. When it's love, you'll feel like he's giving. Fourth, when a man pushes deeper because he wants to leave an imprint, it's about memory. He wants you to feel him later. He wants to echo in your body long after he's gone. And here's the beautiful thing. If he cares about you, that imprint isn't about domination, it's about devotion. He's saying, I want to be the one you think about tomorrow, next week, when you're alone at night. That's why sometimes the most powerful intimacy isn't in speed, it's in depth, in holding it there. in grinding slow, in savoring every second. That's when you know it's not just sex, it's a man trying to carve himself into your heart. And finally, when a man pushes deeper because he's surrendering, that's the purest form of intimacy. That's when he's not in control anymore. That's when instinct takes over. That's when all the masks drop and you see him raw, unfiltered, unguarded. That moment where he buries himself like he can't hold back anymore. That's not lust, that's truth. That's a man giving you the part of him he hides from everyone else. And if you meet him there, if you let yourself be just as unguarded, just as raw, you create a connection that sex alone could never create. You create intimacy that lingers long after the sheets are cold. So here's the practical question. What should you do when he goes deeper? How do you respond in a way that makes him crave you, not just physically, but emotionally? Let me give you a roadmap. First, acknowledge him with your body. Don't just lie there, meet him. Push your hips up into his, wrap your legs tighter, pull him closer with your hands on his back. Show him that his need to be closer is matched by yours. That's how you tell him, I feel you.
I want you to.
Second, let your sounds be honest. Men crave that unfiltered response. When he pushes deeper and you gasp, moan, sigh, that's what makes him lose control. Don't fake it, don't overperform, but don't hold back either. Let him hear what he's doing to you, because that's his feedback loop. That's how he knows he's reaching not just your body, but your soul. Third, use your eyes. This is powerful. When he's buried deep inside you and you look him straight in the eyes, you're telling him, I see you. I feel you. You're inside me in every way right now. That gaze is magnetic. It's unforgettable. It makes him feel like he's not just inside your body, he's inside your heart. Fourth, talk to him. Whisper something in his ear. Tell him how much you like it, how much you want more, how much he's driving you crazy. Words at that moment hit different. They're not just dirty talk, they're affirmation. They're proof that his need for closeness is being met with your need for him. And when you do that, he doesn't just crave sex with you, he craves every part of you. And fifth, hold the moment. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is slow down and savor it with him. Wrap around him, keep him close, breathe with him, move in sync. Let him feel that you don't just want him to be inside you, you want him to stay there. That's how you turn sex into intimacy. That's how you turn a moment into a memory. So let me bring this all together. When a man pushes deeper during sex, it means something. It's not random, it's not meaningless, it's his unspoken language. Sometimes it means he's craving closeness, sometimes it means he's testing trust, sometimes it's ego, sometimes it's imprint, sometimes it's surrender, but it always means something. And if you learn to read it, you'll understand him on a level most women never will. And if you don't just read it, but respond to it, if you meet him in that moment with your body, your voice, your eyes, your soul, you'll give him an experience so rare, so unforgettable, that he'll crave you long after the moment ends. Because at the end of the day, men don't just want sex, they want to be felt, to be seen, to be remembered. And when you understand what his deeper thrusts are really saying, you'll know exactly how to give him that, and he'll never be able to forget you. If this talk opened your eyes to what's really happening in those intimate moments, don't just leave it here. Hit that subscribe button right now, because every week I give you the kind of raw, unfiltered truth about love, sex, and attraction that no one else is bold enough to say out loud. And trust me, the next video will take you even deeper into the secrets that make you unforgettable. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's keep building this journey together.